Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. Music is the thread that ties my soul to the world, Bobby Hart once said. It's a line that captured the heart of a man whose melodies shaped the soundtrack of a generation. Bobby Hart, who passed away peacefully at the age of 86, was a songwriting force with a gift for crafting chart-topping hits and unforgettable themes. As half of the duo Boyce and Hart, he helped define the sound of 1960s pop rock, and in doing so, left a mark that still resonates across generations. From the start, Bobby had a rare sense for catchy, heartfelt tunes. He co-wrote and produced multiple hits for the Monkees, including Last Train to Clarksville, I'm Not Your Steppin' Stone, Valerie, and the iconic theme for their hit TV show. His ability to blend clever lyrics with unforgettable hooks made him a powerhouse in the music world. But his influence didn't stop there. Bobby helped pen Hurt So Bad, a hit revived by artists across decades. He crafted hits for Jay and the Americans, Paul Revere and the Raiders, and the Leaves. His reach extended to TV with the theme song for Days of Our Lives, and into cartoons like Scooby-Doo and Josie and the Pussycats. Throughout his career, Bobby received Oscar, Grammy, and Golden Globe nominations. His catalog topped 300 songs, with over 42 million records sold. Yet he remained humble, using his platform to mentor young musicians and champion good causes, including playing a role in lowering the U.S. voting age to 18. Beyond the songs and accolades, Bobby was remembered as kind, deeply spiritual, and devoted to making connections through music. His memoir, Psychedelic Bubblegum, gave readers a glimpse into his joyful, purpose-driven journey. Close friend and collaborator Mickey Dolenz called him a pioneer whose music lit the way for so many. Bobby Hart is survived by his sons, Brett and Bobby Jr. Though he may be gone, his music continues to echo in hearts and radios everywhere. Tributes to Bobby Hart. Number 6. He will forever remain a vital part of the NHLPA family. Those words echo through arenas and locker rooms, honoring a legacy that changed hockey forever. Bob Goodenow passed away at 72, leaving behind a powerful story of leadership, courage, and deep love for the game. For over a decade, he led the NHL Players Association through some of hockey's most challenging and transformative years. From his start as a player at Harvard to lacing up his skates for Team USA and the Flint Generals, Bob understood the heart of a hockey player. But his influence soared when he put down the stick and picked up the law books. With sharp legal skill and a driven spirit, he rose to lead the NHLPA during a time that would reshape the sport. His tenure brought landmark changes, fighting for players' rights, securing fair salaries and benefits, and making sure athletes had true voices off the ice. He brought players to the Olympic stage, pushed for safer locker rooms, and launched health and support programs that still serve athletes today. The NHLPA Goals and Dreams program, born under his guidance, continues to give hockey gear to children around the world, opening doors to the game he loved. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman said it best: a hockey man to his core, a skilled attorney and tenacious advocate for the players. That tenacity stretched beyond contracts or negotiations. It touched every player he fought for and every family he helped protect. Bob was driven but always human, a leader who cared just as much about the person beneath the helmet. He is survived by his wife, Wendy, his children, Joe, Catherine, and Carrie, and grandchildren, Kelsey, RL, and Una. The loss is deeply personal for many in the hockey world. Though he passed peacefully, his absence leaves a powerful silence. The game is better for Bob Goodenow's strength and vision. His legacy will live on every time a young athlete laces up their skates, confident their voice matters. Tributes to Bob Goodenow. Number 5. People didn't just watch Ricky fight, they felt every round with him. Ricky Hatton, who passed away at 46, brought heart and grit to everything he did. Known for his fearless style in the ring and his warmth outside of it, he was more than a fighter. He was a symbol of passion and perseverance. A champion in every sense, Ricky captured multiple world titles in boxing's light welterweight division and once at welterweight. In 2005, he stunned the boxing world by defeating Kostya Tszyu in a performance still talked about today. That same year he was named Fighter of the Year by The Ring, ESPN, and the Boxing Writers Association of America. Fans packed stadiums to see him fight. Over 55,000 turned out at the City of Manchester Stadium for his bout against Juan Luscombe, a post-war British record. Though he stepped into the ring against legends like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao, Ricky always fought with courage and gave fans everything he had. He wasn't known just for his victories. He was admired for his humility, his work ethic, and the way he stayed true to his roots in Manchester. After hanging up his gloves, Ricky mentored young fighters, offering not just knowledge but genuine care. As a trainer and promoter, he gave back to the sport that had shaped his life. The boxing world mourns his passing, which occurred after a brief illness. Tributes have come in from across the globe. The British Boxing Board of Control said, "Ricky's legacy lives on in every young fighter who steps into the gym, inspired by his heart and determination." Outside of the ring, Ricky was a devoted father, a loyal friend, and someone who never let fame change who he was. He made people feel like they mattered, in person, and through the countless memories he gave fans around the world. Ricky Hatton's legacy is stitched into the fabric of British boxing, a warrior in the ring, a gentleman beyond it, and to so many, a hero they could truly believe in. Tributes to Ricky Hatton. Number 4. Charlie gave basketball a distinctive, unfiltered voice, and his legacy lives in every player, coach, and fan he inspired. That quote captures the spirit of Charlie Rosen, an unmatched storyteller of the game. He passed away peacefully at the age of 84 after a brief illness, leaving behind a lasting impact on how we think and talk about basketball. Before the sidelines, before the books, Charlie was a star athlete. At Hunter College, he set records in scoring and rebounding, winning MVP honors throughout his college years. In 1961, he helped the U.S. win gold at the Maccabiah Games. His passion never left the court, it evolved. Charlie coached at every level, from the Eastern Professional Basketball League to college basketball and the Continental Basketball Association, including assistant coaching alongside Phil Jackson with the Albany Patroons. Their partnership would grow into a lifelong friendship and collaboration. But it was with his pen that Charlie left perhaps his greatest mark. He authored over a dozen influential books, including More Than a Game, which he co-wrote with Jackson. His works combined deep knowledge with sharp perspective and earned praise from fans and critics alike. Twice named to the New York Times Notable Books list, Rosen carved a unique voice into sports journalism. Whether on foxsports.com or in a hardback book, his writing pulled no punches, challenged assumptions, and brought the heart of the game to light. He examined the strategy, spirit, and souls behind the scoreboards. Friends remember his dry humor, unrelenting honesty, and deep loyalty. He mentored others with quiet generosity. Those closest to him say he lived with humility that never asked for credit, but always earned respect. As Phil Jackson once put it, Charlie understood the game as more than wins and losses. He saw its poetry. Charlie Rosen's story cannot be summarized by stats or titles. He shaped the culture of basketball storytelling and inspired generations to look deeper. He is survived by his immediate family. Private arrangements are underway. Tributes to Charlie Rosen. Number 3. Beverly had a way of making everyone she spoke to feel seen, heard, and valued, whether it was a world leader or a viewer at home. These words from a longtime colleague capture just a glimpse of the spirit Beverly Thompson carried through more than 3 decades in Canadian journalism. She passed away at 61 following a courageous battle with cancer, leaving behind a legacy of trust, truth, and heart. Born and raised in Toronto, Beverly began her broadcasting journey after graduating from Seneca College. She quickly rose through the ranks of radio and television, becoming one of Canada's most trusted voices. Her time as co-host of CTV's Canada AM became a career milestone. From early mornings to breaking news, Beverly brought warmth and clarity to millions. Throughout her career, she sat down with presidents, prime ministers, and everyday Canadians, treating each interview with respect and care. She covered landmark events like the Vancouver Olympics, Barack Obama's inauguration, and the royal wedding, always with poise, insight, and humanity. Her dedication to journalism didn't go unnoticed. In 2019, Beverly was appointed a member of the Order of Canada for her meaningful contributions to broadcasting and public service. She also received the Gemini Humanitarian Award and was named National Ambassador for the Duke of Edinburgh Awards. Off-screen, Beverly's passion was equally evident. A survivor herself, she became a tireless advocate for breast cancer awareness, using her story to inform and uplift others. She served as honorary chair for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation and received the Voice of the Foundation Award in 2010. To her colleagues, she was a guiding light. To her audience, she was a trusted friend. To many in Canada, Beverly Thompson felt like family. Her passing is a profound loss to journalism, to advocacy, and to all who admired her strength and compassion. She is remembered not only for what she accomplished, but also for who she was: gracious, thoughtful, and deeply devoted to making a difference. Tributes to Beverly Thompson. Number 2. Music is not a language, it's a universe. Hermeto Pascoal lived that belief every day of his life. At 89, he left behind not only melodies, rhythms, and recordings, but a universe of sound. His passing, following a brief illness, marks the end of one of the most extraordinary journeys in music history. Born in rural Brazil, Hermeto turned challenges into gifts. Unable to work outdoors due to his albinism, he stayed indoors and taught himself to play music. By age 8, he mastered the accordion. Soon followed the flute, piano, and saxophone, then anything he could get sound from: pots, pans, water bottles, even farm animals. For Hermeto, the entire world was an orchestra. A self-taught genius, he was known as O Bruxo, the Wizard, a nickname well earned. He could turn everyday life into art. He didn't just play music. He created soundscapes that felt like dreams. He launched groundbreaking ensembles like Quarteto Novo, blending Brazilian folk rhythms with modern jazz. The world took notice when he appeared on Miles Davis's Live Evil, composing pieces that stunned even seasoned jazz veterans. Miles once said Pascoal was one of the most impressive musicians he'd ever heard. Hermeto's solo works, like Slaves Mass and Natureza Universal, became essential listening for musicians and fans alike. He won a Latin Grammy, played on stages across the world, and in 2024 received the Womex Artist Award. Beyond the spotlight, he shaped futures. His Jabur School in Rio became a haven for young artists. He taught them that innovation isn't a choice, it's a responsibility. His energy, humor, and warmth were as unforgettable as his music. Longtime collaborator Ayrton Moreira said, "I consider him almost a genius." Few would disagree. Survived by his wife Ilza and loved ones, Hermeto leaves behind a legacy unlike any other. Today, orchestras, street musicians, and kids just picking up their first instrument all carry traces of his influence. Hermeto didn't just change Brazilian music, he expanded what the world thought music could be. Tributes to Hermeto Pascoal. What's trending on the internet? News 1. What a touching outpouring of love we've seen for Malcolm Jamal Warner, the beloved actor who touched so many hearts across generations. Malcolm, who first warmed our living rooms as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has passed away at the age of 54 while spending time with family in Costa Rica. His charm and empathy weren't just on screen. He was a devoted husband to Tanisha Warner, a proud father, and a confidant to his mother, Pamela. Malcolm's quiet strength and talent radiated beyond his 8 seasons on television. He went on to shine in shows like Malcolm and Eddie and The Resident, and even earned a Grammy Award for his musical talents. Throughout his life, Malcolm inspired young performers and worked to mentor others, always believing in the power of arts education and giving back. Those who worked with him, friends, co-stars, and of course the millions who watched him grow from a boy into a wise, talented man, remember the kindness and soulful spirit he shared with the world. As his family and fans come together in the coming months to honor his legacy with a public memorial, we're reminded to cherish the joy, laughter, and gentle wisdom he gave us all. Malcolm Jamal Warner's light lives on, not just in reruns, but in every life he helped inspire. News 2. What an emotional week for music fans, as the world gently remembers Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary Prince of Darkness, who passed away in July at age 76, surrounded by his loving family. Just days ago, his wife Sharon Osbourne shared her first heartfelt public message, warmly thanking everyone for the outpouring of love and support that's lifted her up during this time. In a touching video, Sharon and her daughter Kelly found comfort in a new hobby together, falconry, making a magical connection with powerful birds in the peaceful countryside of Cornwall, England. It's a gentle moment that offered Sharon strength and brought a smile to her face, beautifully captured as an owl perched gracefully on her glove. Ozzy's legacy, spanning decades as Black Sabbath's frontman, a solo icon, and the unforgettable star of the Osbournes, continues to inspire millions with his music and larger-than-life spirit. As fans, artists, and family members share their tributes, Ozzy is being celebrated not only for his achievements, but for the joy and passion he brought to so many. Sharon's resilient spirit and the family's love remind us all how legacies live on, cherished in memory and honored in the hearts of those who loved him most. News 3. Imagine not seeing the world for over 20 years, and then regaining your sight in a way most people could never imagine. That's exactly what happened to Brent Chapman, a 34-year-old from North Vancouver, Canada. Blind since he was just 13, Brent recently became one of the few people in the world to undergo a remarkable tooth and eye surgery. Yes, you heard that right. Doctors actually used one of Brent's own teeth to help restore his vision. The procedure, which has only been performed a few hundred times worldwide, involves placing a tiny lens inside a patient's tooth, then implanting that tooth into the eye. Because teeth are tough and come from the patient's own body, they're the perfect way to hold the lens and avoid rejection. When Brent woke up after surgery, he could suddenly see his own hands, and for the first time in 2 decades, he made eye contact with another person. He and his doctor both burst into tears. Brent's family never gave up hope, and now he's savoring every little moment, looking forward to seeing more of the world and cherishing time with loved ones. Brent's incredible journey is a shining example of what hope, family, and modern science can achieve. He'll be remembered not just for regaining his sight, but for proving that with persistence and a little ingenuity, even the most impossible challenges can lead to a whole new world of wonder. News 4. You know, sometimes the most inspiring stories come right from the heart, like this one about Erin Bates Payne and her remarkable journey back home. Erin, a beloved mom of 7 and known to so many from bringing up Bates, recently faced a harrowing 3-week stay in the hospital after a complicated childbirth. Her newest little one, Henry, arrived just a few weeks ago, but Erin's recovery was anything but ordinary. After welcoming Henry, Erin developed a severe infection that quickly turned into septic shock, a frightening ordeal for any family. At one point, she even endured a serious seizure and spent hours only partially conscious. But Erin's story is truly about strength, love, and community. Her husband Chad and their children waited by her side, while her 18 siblings and the extended Bates family rallied together, sharing messages of hope and gratitude. The outpouring of prayers and support, not just from family but from fans across the country, lifted them through every difficult hour. Today, Erin is home at last, holding baby Henry and surrounded by a family overflowing with love and thankfulness. As Erin focuses on healing, her journey reminds us all of the power of family, faith, and community to carry us through life's toughest moments. Erin's resilience and the unity of those who love her will be remembered as a shining example of courage and hope. News 5. Here's a story that's sure to bring a smile and maybe a warm memory to fans of great comedy everywhere. 4 years ago, the world said goodbye to Norm Macdonald, a beloved comedian and actor known for his unmistakable wit and his time on Saturday Night Live. Norm, who passed at 61 after a private, years-long cancer battle, brought laughter to millions with his dry humor and fearless takes, whether on SNL's Weekend Update or in his unforgettable appearances on late-night TV. Norm kept his illness quiet, wanting to be remembered for his comedy, not his condition. Just before he left us, he recorded an unreleased stand-up special, showcasing his trademark humor and unflinching honesty. Friends like Judd Apatow and countless fans still celebrate Norm's legacy, noting how even in the toughest times, he found a way to keep us all laughing. Today, Norm is remembered not just for the laughs he gave us, but for the joy and courage he showed along the way. His one-of-a-kind comedy and gentle spirit continue to inspire smiles, making the world a brighter and funnier place, even years after his final bow. News 6. Henry Cavill fans, there's big buzz and a little patience required as the charismatic 42-year-old actor, beloved for his roles as Superman and The Witcher, recently suffered an injury while training for the much-anticipated Highlander film reboot. This news comes just as production was set to begin, sending a ripple of disappointment through fans eager to see Cavill wield a sword as the legendary Immortal warrior, Connor MacLeod. The new take on the 1980s classic will unite Cavill on screen with Russell Crowe, Karen Gillan, and Dave Bautista, with John Wick's Chad Stahelski directing. While details of the injury remain private, the studio has postponed filming to give Cavill the time he needs to heal, reminding us all that real-life heroes also need rest. The Highlander reboot, promising epic swordplay and adventure, is now on track for a 2026 release. Until then, Cavill's resilience and dedication inspire us, and fans can look forward to seeing him return stronger than ever in a role made for the ages. The legend of Highlander endures, and with Cavill at the helm, it's sure to be worth the wait. News 7. It's hard to believe, but former talk show host Ellen DeGeneres is back in the headlines, this time for reasons outside the spotlight she once lit up so brightly. At 67, Ellen is facing a lawsuit linked to a car accident that happened last October in Santa Barbara County, California. The details are clear. According to court documents, Ellen was driving when she allegedly went through a stop sign and collided with another vehicle, resulting in injuries for the other driver. The injured party claims to have suffered not just physical injuries, but also emotional distress and financial setbacks. Ellen, who wrapped up her groundbreaking talk show in 2022, has since traded Hollywood's hustle for the peaceful charm of rural England with her wife, Portia de Rossi. She describes life there as simpler, kinder, and closer to nature, an inspiring reminder that even after challenges and change, new beginnings are possible. Regardless of the outcome, Ellen's legacy as a trailblazer in comedy and television, and her spirit of generosity and humor, continue to be remembered fondly by fans across the world. Number 1. Blancmange are probably the most underrated electronic act of all time, Moby once said. At the heart of that sound was Stephen Luscombe, a quiet innovator, a master of melody, and a deeply respected voice in British synth-pop. Stephen passed away peacefully at the age of 70, following complications from a spinal aneurysm. Though he had stepped back from performing, his influence never faded. Growing up in Southall, London, he absorbed the vibrant sounds of a multicultural neighborhood. That early exposure would shape much of his life's work. Stephen began with the violin, later joining the quirky and bold Portsmouth Sinfonia. But it was meeting Neil Arthur at Harrow College that sparked something truly special. Together, they formed Blancmange in 1979. With Stephen on keyboards, the duo crafted chart-topping hits such as Living on the Ceiling, Waves, and Don't Tell Me. Their artistry stood apart, combining electronic pop with rich textures influenced by Indian rhythms and instruments. Blancmange's popularity soared in the early 80s, and Stephen's unique sound became essential to the band's identity. Their cover of ABBA's The Day Before You Came further showed his gift for transformation, reimagining familiar melodies into something entirely new. After the band paused in 1986, Stephen continued to explore music on his own terms. Through the West India Company, he worked with global icons like Pandit Dinesh and Asha Bhosle. His passion for cultural fusion went far beyond trend. It was deeply personal, rooted in his own life story. Even later, as his health declined, Stephen remained closely connected to music. He remastered Blancmange's early records, attended concerts, and met fans with kindness and humor. For many, he wasn't just a musician. He was a gentle spirit who made music a more welcoming place. Neil Arthur expressed his gratitude for decades of collaboration and friendship. Stephen's imagination built whole worlds. And fans around the world agree. His sound continues to echo in today's music. Stephen Luscombe's passing is a great loss to electronic music, but his legacy lives in every note he composed and every barrier he helped break. He leaves behind a world that sounds richer because he was in it. Tributes to Stephen Luscombe. Bonnie's drive to change the world for lung cancer patients inspired everyone lucky enough to know her. Those words, spoken with love and admiration by her daughter Danielle Hicks,